Hey there everyone, my name is Keno, and welcome back to our Butte Bandits expansion franchise mode series here on the channel. Now in the last episode we clinched not only our first playoff berth, but our first divisional title with 100 points in the season, 43 wins, 25 losses, 14 overtime losses. That's pretty impressive if I do say so myself. We have a first round matchup coming up in this video, but I also wanted to take a quick look at a certain former 9th overall pick and how he's done since going back down to the AHL. I haven't looked yet, but I wonder how he actually progressed through the season. Now let's see. 80 points, including 50 goals in 73 games. 50 goals, 30 assists in 73 games. 20 power play points. Very good season for him. John Beecher, since going down to the AHL, had 14 points in 22 games, and Constant Hellenius finished with 58 points in 81 games this season. Very good. How did Yurov do after going down? We could have called him up, but I really wanted him to develop, and he did great. 55 points in 40 games on that second line with Nikkanen and Carrier, and Carrier had 62 points. So, very dominant season. I wonder what their record was like, actually. Let's take a look at what they finished with record-wise. 57. Oh, they're not even done yet, so let's finish this last game for them. Mike Benning actually leads the team in points with 85 and 81, so the future of the Butte Bandits looks bright right now. Let's see, a 5-2 win there, another 2 points for Mike Benning, and we finished with 58 wins, 20 losses, and 4 overtime losses in the AHL with the Burnaby Aces. Very impressive. But our focus now goes back to this main roster, and I thought we got a controversy on our hands. Who is going to get the starting role for the playoffs? Now, Hrabal did better this season in a little larger workload. He had 2 shutouts and a lower goals against average and a higher save percentage. He's exactly what we really needed from our starting goalie this year, and he probably stole quite a few wins from us, honestly. Do I give him the start in the playoffs, or do I start with the veteran in Gustafsson, who got us and carried this team for 2 seasons? He didn't have a winning record last season, but he still had a plus 900 save percentage and at least a shutout both seasons. I think we have to start with Gustafsson. If he drops 2 games, he's out. He's out and it's Hrabal's net. But we'll start here. We'll see who we're up against because I didn't want to do the math. NHL season is complete, AHL season is complete, and we're up against the Arizona Coyotes. So they've been really hot lately. We do have a few of their former players on our team. Let's take a look at their lines and see what exactly we're up against here. Oh, that Anaheim Ducks team looks rude. Hold on, I don't want to go. Arizona. So they have Keller, Schmaltz, Genther on the top line, Michelli, Cooley, Doan on the second line, Kerfoot, Almgren, Hinestroza on the third line, and Lombardi, Foudy, Tarnstrom on that fourth line. So they actually called up Tarnstrom and Lombardi, and Tarnstrom didn't do bad, 8 points in 22 games, and Lombardi 9 points, 22 games, so maybe we should have given them a shot. Tim Almgren, how did he do? 12 points in 20 games, so he did really well. And then on the back end, not the greatest. Guyayev's up in the NHL already, but that's not bad. And then Karel Vemelka, who has done stellar for them in 3 seasons. 913, 906, and now 902. So he's regressing a bit, but this is going to be a good matchup. This is interesting. They have depth at the offensive position. We have some pretty good depth there too. We have better defense for sure. But it's going to be hard to say that there's a definitive, predictable winner of this series since our records are almost identical. We just have 7 overtime losses compared to their 32. You know what I mean? We have 7 more overtime losses compared to their 32 losses in regulation. So let's see here. That's actually the difference that makes, is that I believe they were the last into the playoffs. So our 7 overtime losses were what really separated us from first and last in our division. Is that what I'm reading from this? I'm not sure. Let's see. Game 1 of our first Stanley Cup playoff run. Let's see how we do. First period. 1-1. Besser gets a goal for us, whereas Almgren gets a goal for them. So shots are 13-9 in favor of us. Not a bad first period for Gustafsson. He's going to be the one we keep our eye on the most. Second period, 3-3. So Gustafsson's a little shaky. Drew gets us on the board ahead, and then they answer with Cooley and Doan. Lawton ties it back up with a late second period goal. Shots are 23-17 in favor of us still. We're going to slow sim this third period and see how it goes. Will we be able to win our first playoff game in franchise history, or are we going to drop it? We can't get swept. That would just be sacrilegious. Less than 10 minutes to go in the period, and in regulation, looks like we could be headed for overtime in our first Stanley Cup playoff game, and we are. Shots are 34-22 in favor of us, so we were pelting them. Oh, I'm going to go to all events, not just goals, because I want to see everything. So Appleby has been winning face-offs. Let's see what happens here. First overtime, we're going to be simming this one. Let's go. Okay, oh, I can't even read how fast all these events are coming in. But the game is over. We were putting up hella shots on them. Who wins it? And we do, by a goal from Connor Garland on Karel Vejmelka. So if I didn't call him up, we would have been screwed. But we do win our first playoff game in franchise history. What a good way to win. And Drew with 2 points in that first game. Maybe he didn't do great in the regular season, but he might be a star in the playoffs in the making. We don't know. We don't know. Game 2, it was a rocky game for Gustafsson, so I'm not gonna count that as a win for him. I know we won the game, but 3 goals is in the playoffs. It's too high for me. I know that might be too strict, but that's too high for me. Game 2, let's see how we do here. First period, 1-1. Garland gets another one. Lombardi strikes back on us. Goals just 2 minutes apart. They lead in shots 14-9, so good period by Gustafsson. Second period, they take a little bit of a lead from goals by Dylan Genther on the power play, and then Gustav Forsling under 5 minutes left in the second period. Shots are 26-17 in favor of them. The score is 3-1, so it's getting away from us a bit. Again, another 3-goal game for Gustafsson, so I don't know. I don't know if we run to the rookie right now, but we'll see. Third period, I just quick simmed it because I didn't think we were going to bounce back, and we didn't. The shots finished 33-28, so if we had slow simmed that one, it would have just been a waste of time. Maybe I should have. Maybe it would have changed the outcome. But this does mean we're taking Gustafsson out of the starting position. I know it seems weird and it seems a little panicky, but trust me, I think it's the way to go. Gustafsson hasn't done the greatest. 2 games, 892 save percentage. I know we can say that, hey, that's exactly almost what Hrabal had to start his first 2 games of the regular season. But I want to trust Hrabal. He's gone up 3 overall points since joining our team. We're putting him in game 3 of our first Stanley Cup playoff run against the Arizona Coyotes. Let's see how we do. We can't drop it. We can't lose our first round. Can't. First period, 2-1 in favor of us. Michelli gets the Coyotes on the board early, but Sam Girard answers just a minute later with a power play goal, and then just a few more minutes after that, Brock Besser gets us up 2-1. They are leading in shots 14-10, but we lead the game currently. Second period. Wow. Okay, so lots of storylines from this second period. I'm going to run through them as quickly as I possibly can. The Coyotes notched 4 freaking goals on us right quick. But in response to that, Barrett Hayton had enough of his former team and notched a consecutive hat trick, 3 goals. He's the only person on our team to score and keep us in it, tie it up. He is captain clutch right now. It is currently 5-5. Shots are 25-24 in favor of the Coyotes. Doan has 2 for the Coyotes as well, and Hrabal is playing like Swiss cheese. Let's see if he can shut it down in this third period. Now I'm going to slow sim it because this is a tight game. It might just be a scoring duel right now. 5-4. Oh, we went on the power play, and Hayton gets 4. That's 4 for Barrett Hayton. I can't even remember if he had one in the first period, but that's 4 goals for Barrett Hayton. We are leading 6-5 with under 5 minutes to go in this third period. Can we hold it? Can Hrabal shut the door? He does. We lead in shots 40-36, and we win the game. Game 3, 6-5, putting us up 2-1 over the Arizona Coyotes in our playoff series. So very good outing. And yes, Hayton had 3 assists in 2 games before this. Now he's got 4 goals in 1 game. I didn't expect that. If you guys thought that would even happen, you have a crystal ball, because I didn't even get him to be a leading scorer. I got him to be a third line shutdown center who could produce some offense on the power play, and he is just dominating. Hrabal did pretty bad there, and it was bad enough. It's bad enough that I know I like to give some chances, but I'm going back to Gustafsson. We're going to see if he can shut the door. Oh, I accidentally quick-simmed it. Oh, we win 6-3. Okay, we are up 3-1 in the series. I accidentally hit advanced state because I thought that we had to go to the next game. I forgot that I'd already jumped to it, but we win that one 6-3. Hayton adds another goal and an assist. He's up to 9 points in 4 games. Oh my gosh, is there anyone who really stood out there? I can't tell, but it looks like Gustafsson, even though he allowed 3 goals, he got us the win. Oh, we are on the verge of winning our first playoff round in franchise history. Let's see what happens here against the Arizona Coyotes in Game 5 of this series. We're gonna slow sim it. I feel so bad for simming that third or fourth game. I was so dumb there. Okay, first period against a pretty similar Arizona Coyotes team, if not a better rounded Arizona Coyotes team. First period. Oh, Krebs and Hayton again. That's 6 goals in 3 games for Barrett Hayton so far. They put us up 2-0 shots of 12-9 in favor of us. Let's see what we do. Second period. Montour gets on the board with a power play goal. 24-13 are the shots, so we just hem them in their zone. We are sending them home is what we're telling them. Like, they're done. Their playoffs are over. Let's slow sim this third period. We're still just putting shots on them. We got a power play currently. We don't convert on it. Around 10 minutes left in the third period and probably the final period for the Arizona Coyotes playoff run this season. We are shutting the door on them. 5 shots this period for them, and we have like 12. Oh my gosh, we dominate them. 3-0 shutout. Gustafsson came in at the last minute and just shut the door on the Coyotes and sent them packing. Their playoffs are over. Ours keep going. Barrett Hayton with 10 points in 5 games. Very impressive work by the deadline acquisition. I was I'm choking here. I'm choking up a bit. I'm sorry. This is just beautiful. Let's see how Claude Giroux did. 7 points in 5 games. Hayton 10 points in 5 games. Basso, who seemed quiet, but he still had 5 points in 5 games. Dominic Puka with 3 points in his first 5 playoff games and a -3. So that's what I was originally concerned about, is if a rookie line would struggle. And they're currently struggling. Shabrikov with 4 points in 5 games. All of them are minus right now, so we'll see how they do in the next round. Krebs with 5 points in 5 games. Dubois with 1 point in 5 games. And Garland with 3 points in 5 games. So it's interesting that Dubois is struggling as much as he is. Lawton with 1.5 games, and then the fourth line is a 7 right now. I don't want to change it yet. We just won a playoff round. We'll see what happens. Okay, in the defense, Hag and Montour were a detriment. Gerard and Pesci were solid as hell, and Miller and Myers were actually really good. Myers had 4 points in 5 games, so interesting work there, and that's probably gonna do it. We're putting Hag and Montour as the starting pair maybe on that third line. We're not even gonna give them the start. It's gonna be Miller and Myers, second line minutes for them. I know it's a -1, but both those defenders on the third pair are good enough to lose 1 attribute. And then in net, Hrabel did rough, 861. He did face 30. He faced 36 shots, I guess, because he lost. We won. He allowed 5 goals, plain and simple. And then Gustafsson, a 909, 3 wins in 4 games played, 2.23 goals against average, and that crucial shutout in Game 5 there to move us on to our second round in franchise history. And you know what? Because I simmed that 1 game, we're doing that second round in this video. I think the AHL team has been eliminated, but they aren't. Danila Yurov leads the team down there with 6 assists, in 5 games. So let's see if we are going to finish and go on to the second round here in the NHL, and we do. Who are we up against? None other than the Colorado Avalanche. Okay, so let's see who did get eliminated. So the Oilers and Canucks do get eliminated in that first round. Both of the heavyweights in that Pacific Division are out, followed by the Winnipeg Jets and obviously the Arizona Coyotes in our division. Now in the Eastern Conference, the Leafs and the Lightning are out, and the Capitals and the Rangers are out as well for the Metropolitan Division. So it will be the Florida Panthers versus the Carolina Hurricanes, the Red Wings and the Canadiens in a traditional 6 matchup. Traditional 6? No, I meant to say original 6 matchup. And the Butte Bandits against the Colorado Avalanche, with the San Jose Sharks against the Vegas Golden Knights for the Pacific matchup. Very interesting playoff matchups here. Let's see how we do. We're going to go into this first game against the Colorado Avalanche. Will Barrett Hayton continue his hot streak? Let's see. First period. 1-0 shots are even, 12 apiece, and Blake Coleman gets us on the board actually. So good contribution from the veteran fourth liner. Let's see. All right. Second period. I don't know if anyone scored there. I don't think they did, but they did, and it is Barrett Hayton. Shots are 26-22 in favor of us, but we currently lead the score 2-0. And I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna say a single thing about it. We're gonna slow sim this third period and see just what happens. But I think if you're watching, ooh, power play for Colorado, that we kill off another one for them, and we kill it off. They're fighting back. We're making some sloppy mistakes. Power play for us. Under 10 minutes to go in the game. If you're not thinking it, you should be. Oh my gosh, is it gonna happen? 2 minutes left in the game. And back-to-back shutouts for Philip Gustafsson. We win that one 2-0. First game of the second round. We outshoot them 40-28. What a dominant performance by the Butte Bandits and their star goalie Gustafsson. I know Hrabel was the main goalie this season, but look at what Gustafsson has now done. 2 straight shutouts, 929 save percentage, 1.79 goals against average. I was wrong to judge him. We needed him for this playoff run. I thought that maybe we needed a third goalie that we never ended up getting as our just in case Hrabel doesn't do well. But just in case Hrabel doesn't do well, Gustafsson is just saying no need to have another goalie. Don't even have to have a backup on the bench. He'll do it all himself. He'll go score a goal. He'll pass it up to Barrett Hayton, who will obviously pot it because he's got 7 goals in 6 games. Game 2 against the Colorado Avalanche here. I'm not going to say anything, but this is looking good. First period. I don't know how. I'm not going to say it. Shots are 12-7 in favor of the Avalanche. Looking dicey. Second period. And it's over. After, I don't even know, at least 7, maybe 8 periods of hockey, Gustafsson breaks the shutout by a goal from Cam Atkinson. We, though, get on the board and tie it up with obviously another goal by Barrett Hayton, another power play goal by him. We lead the shot counter 23-17. Let's slow sim this third period here and see what happens. All right, we are taken away in the shots a bit. Oh, it's a little nerving. Oh, Landeskog notches another one. Power play goal by the Avalanche, and they seem to still have a power play, and they notch another one. Lehkonen gets one against Gustafsson. Shots are 28-30 in favor of us, but the score is falling in favor of them, and it looks like it's going to stay that way. It does. We lose 3-1 in game 2 against the Colorado Avalanche. So they do best Gustafsson, but we still got Barrett Hayton on our team. So maybe we can do it. I'm going to keep Gustafsson in. He's been too good to pull out. Game 3 of the second round against the Colorado Avalanche. Let's see what happens. First period. Another scoring period. Pruka and Besser get us on the board. Colton gets the Avalanche within 1. Shots are 12-11 in favor of us. So we are outshooting them. It's not the same story as it was during the regular season, especially that earlier regular season where we were getting hemmed and fired on left, right, and center. We're doing much better now, but we just got to make sure that we keep it up. Second period against the Colorado Avalanche, and we do keep it up. Cooper Appleby gets a goal and Blake Coleman gets a goal. I think that's Cooper Appleby's first goal, if I'm not mistaken, unless he got one and that's simmed one. And I believe that was also Dominic Pruka's first goal, so maybe they're waking up a bit. Shots are 26-21 though in favor of the Avs. He's doing great. You know who I'm talking about. Third period, we're going to slow sim this one and see just how the team does. McKinnon gets them back within 2. They're taking off in shots. They're just running away with it. And Devon Taves gets them within 1 with under half a period to go in regulation. Will they be able to tie it up? 5 minutes left in the game. They're throwing shots on us heavily. And we get the empty netter from Claude Giroux, and that seals the deal for us. 40 shots on net for the Avalanche, 35 shots on net for us, and we prevail 5-3. Put us up in the series 2-1 going into game 4. Is this a miracle run? Against the Avalanche in game 4? I'm not going to make any lineup changes. What's working is working. Let's see what it works. First period. They get 2 on us. Cale Makar finally gets on the board. I don't believe he had a goal before that unless he had one in the simmed game. Krebs responds for us, but McKinnon puts them up ahead. We are outshooting them 14-8. We just got to get back in this game. Quick goal in the second period or a few would really help with that. Let's see. Second period. We don't get any goals and neither do they. Shots are 26-18 in favor of us still. Score is still 2-1 in favor of the Avalanche. We're going to slow sim this third because it is a tight game. We're going to see if we can bounce back or if the Avs are going to shut the door on us and just kind of say, no, we're done. We get the power play. We get a 5-on-3. We can't convert. They get the power play. And they do. Oh, no, we convert. Hold on. We get a goal right after their power play expires. And none other than Barrett Hayton notches it on Alexander Georgiev. McKinnon puts him back up with under 3 minutes to go in the game. And we can't get back in. They notched the empty netter as we did in the last video. We outshot them, but they win 4-2. So the series is now even 2 apiece. 9 goals in 9 games for Barrett Hayton, but it is not looking too beautiful for your Butte Bandits. I know we're just even in the series, and it can change in an instant. We could go up to possibly eliminate the Avalanche in the next game if we win this one, or it could flip. Let's see. Game 5 against the Colorado Avalanche. Will we go up in the series and push them to the verge of elimination, or will the tables turn? Let's see. First period, we go up 2-0. 2 goals, one by Pierre-Luc Dubois on the power play, and another by Claude Giroux with just under halfway done. Or I'm stumbling over my words. I'm so nervous about how this team is going to do. We lead them in shots 15-7. Let's see what happens in the second period. Can we keep the door shut? Second period, we don't. Shabrikov, after the Avalanche tied up from goals by Nichushkin and Ross Colton, Shabrikov puts us back up ahead. I believe that's either his first or second playoff goal. I'll have to see. Shots are 24-14 in favor of us, but we still just lead by 1. Let's see. Third period, can we keep this lead or even add on to it and push the Avalanche to the brink of elimination? We add on to it with a power play goal by Sam Girard. Shots are 31-16 in favor of us at the halfway mark. They're trying to climb back into this. Can we keep the door shut, though? We add another one. A fourth line goal by Scott Lawton on Georgiev. Under 5 minutes to go in the game. Will there be an empty netter, or will that just be it? That will just be it. We win this game 5-2, and the Avs are now on the brink of elimination. And dare I say it, your Butte Bandits are on the brink of going to the Western Conference Finals in their 3rd season. Barrett Hayton has 18 points in 10 games, so he's an early Conn Smythe nominee if we do end up getting that far. Maybe I just jinxed us. Any other playoff rounds already finished? And yes, the Montreal Canadiens sweep the Detroit Red Wings, and the Florida Panthers are on the verge of eliminating the Carolina Hurricanes, whereas the Knights are on the verge of eliminating the San Jose Sharks. And we obviously are about, or hopefully about, to eliminate the Colorado Avalanche, but maybe I just jinxed us 2 times. Let's see. Game 6. Will we win this? First period. Oh, it's a tight game. Shots are even 8 apiece, and the score is 0 for both teams. Very interesting first period. It's going to be a duel here. Second period, we take a 1-0 lead from a goal by Connor Garland. They lead in shots by 1, 19-18, but we lead in the score 1-0. Slow us in this third period. Can we keep this door shut? We are already putting shots on net. We are already just going out there with the dog in us. We are fighting back. We are fighting back. Let's keep this door closed. Claude Giroux, the trade deadline acquisition, puts us up 2-0. Is that enough to silence the Avalanche? We get a 5-on-3 power play. A long one, a very long one. 3 minutes to go in the game. Are we going to do it? And again, series clinching game, and Gustafsson shuts the damn door. 2-0 shutout for your Butte Bandits, who are now on to the conference finals for the first time in franchise history. And in their first playoff run. Insanity by Gustafsson. He is the one. Him and Hayton are like they're banding together. They had a meeting before the playoffs began, and they said, hey, we got to take this team. They're not going to do it. Maybe Besser's doing it. 10 points in 11 games. That's good. Giroux, 12 points in 11 games. Yeah, maybe the whole top line met with Gustafsson and said, hey, we're going to do this. But they're carrying them. Let's see how that second line's done. Pruka is still a little rough. Cooper Appleby is a little gun shy in that first and second round of his playoff career. And Shabrikov is starting to wake up with 6 points in 11 games. Third line, Krebs 10 points in 11 games. Dubois 3 points in 11 games. And Garland with 5 points in 11 games. And then we know we got some clutch scoring from that fourth line, just not too much of it. Defensively, Girard with 16 points in 11 games. Pesci with 1 point in 11 games. Miller with 2 points in 11. Myers to 4 points in 11, so he hasn't had a point yet. And then Hag and Montour haven't done that great. Montour's probably upset playing on that third line, but we just won. And Gustafsson, the absolute story of this episode. 7 wins in 10 games played, 927 save percentage, even 2 goals against average, and 3 shutouts, including 2 series clinching shutouts. He has been insane. Not only that, 2 series clinching playoff shutouts, and back-to-back shutouts after clinching. A shutout in the first game of this series and the last game. He bookended this entire second round with shutouts. Insane gameplay. In the next episode, we're going to go into the conference finals and see what happens. If we do good, maybe it'll be the Stanley Cup final video in the next episode. If we do bad, maybe it'll be a draft episode next episode. We'll have to see, but thank you guys so much for joining me. If you guys are liking this series, please leave a like, please comment, and please consider subscribing. It's an amazing, fun journey that we're on right now. And also, make sure to check out on my channel, I have a Montreal Canadiens playthrough going on, franchise mode I mean, and a Be a Pro mode going on. So go check those out. If you like them, that's great. If you don't, that's a bummer. Honestly, that's a bummer. And we also have the World Junior Showdown. I don't think that one got enough love. That third video is a little insane in terms of what happens. We do go into the gameplay, and it was just crazy between those 2 teams for the finals. But thank you guys so much. This has been a blast, and I'll see you guys in the team's first conference finals matchup. I think, oh, you know what? We should see who it's against. No, you know what? We're going to leave it on cliffhanger. Who we face in the next round? It's all in the air. Let's see what happens. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the conference finals.